This is a review of the Spaceships Beta Campervan. It's a 4-seater campervan that can sleep 2 people. 4 seat belts, so 2 people sleep in the back, 2 people camp in a tent. I'll just take you through the campervan and show you all the features. This actually was pretty cheap at $32 a day. You can get them cheaper than that. The name of this one's called Optimus Prime. It's just like a standard van in the front, and it drives exactly like a standard van. You'll find yeah, a pretty old school radio up there with no Bluetooth or anything like that. Your standard air conditioner controls. It's an automatic with a foot brake instead of a handbrake, and there's your drive reverse stick there. The speedometer is actually offset to the left, and it drives just like a normal car. It's very easy to drive, and it makes it really one of the most pleasant driving experiences for any camper van we've ever had. Coming around the back, first of all, this is the area for the house battery. If you look there, there's a little switch that says on. It's currently on. That allows you to access the internal light. There's one internal light which powers from a separate battery. It also allows the fridge to turn on. Overnight, we actually turn that off because it's very noisy. The fridge comes on every 10 minutes or so and cools down. And then you have 2 USB ports, which actually are very handy for charging when you're not driving. That's your second, that's the passenger seat. There's 2 people can sit in that. It normally faces forward, but when you are setting up the bed, you face it backwards and tip all of this stuff here backwards this way, and you have a really long and wide bed. For 2 people, it's actually brilliant. You can actually sleep 3 in here pretty easily. I'm 1.83 meters, so 6 feet tall. I fit in here easily. I don't bump my head or my feet at all during the night, so it's really good. There are curtains all around like this. They cover a bit of the light, but they're not great. I mean, the curtains could be a lot better, I think. They could actually be pinned to the outside section, like the frame of the window, like that, but they're not. They just dangle, so it doesn't give you any insulation, and it doesn't block out all the light, but it's okay. Oh, now under the bed is a storage box like this. The storage box is big. I've got a 55-litre backpack, a 45-litre backpack, another duffel bag, and there's still plenty of room for more gear in there. It's best to have soft bags. Don't take suitcases. They will fit, but not very well. And then down the back is your kitchen area. So it's the other side of the bed, and in here they supply you with a bucket of all your kitchen gear, so pots, pans, plates, cups, bowls, cutlery, and two stoves and 2 bottles of gas to use with it, although one of our bottles of gas was nearly empty, so they really only gave us 1, which was for 2 people enough for 6 nights. They give you a jerry can as well, 10 litres of water, which is very useful. And then you have your fridge, which worked very well. It's brilliant, actually. It works off that second battery, so you never have to worry. And inside, it's very small. For 2 people, it's only just enough. So you're going to be wanting to eat non-refrigerated food for most of your meals, bread and so forth, and then only rely on the fridge for the essentials. It can freeze as well, but it's difficult because it's only got 1 compartment. You really only want to use it for fridge and not for freezer. But I mean, if you had steak in there and nothing else, you can set it to a freeze mode, and that will do the job just fine. What you can also do is, there's a wooden board here, and you can pull these things out, put the wooden board on the back. Yeah, it comes across there, and then that wooden board acts as a table, which is very handy. They provide you with 2 pillows, 1 quilt, and some sheets. 1 quilt is a bit stingy. They charge you, if you want to have a second quilt, they charge you for it. It's really stingy because in winter, in many parts of Australia, especially if you go anywhere inland, one quilt is not enough. As soon as it gets to about 2 degrees or maybe 0, that one quilt will leave you freezing. So what you're going to need to do is either bring your own gear, which they say you're not allowed to do, or you're going to have to rent one from them. You're also going to need to obviously put a lot of layers of clothes on, but that's pretty normal for a camper van. We would normally have 2 layers, top and bottom, long johns and so forth. Yeah, it's pretty stingy for only one quilt. They should provide 2. 2 will take care of any temperatures down to about -6. We've coped with -6 before with 2 quilts. Having a hot water bottle also helps for those really chilly nights. The fuel efficiency is about 9 litres per 100 kilometres, which is pretty good for a camper van. The great thing about these vans is that they are super budget. They're really cheap. So you can get away with 30 bucks a day or thereabouts, depending on the season. Travel around the country very cheaply, minimal petrol. All you've got to do is find a toilet and a shower every now and then, and you're set. Highly recommended. If you can do it outside of peak times, you will get great deals. In peak times, the prices go right up. We've seen them at $50 a day during school holidays and those peak Christmas periods. So try and avoid those if you can. But even at $50 a day in peak periods, it's pretty cheap compared to what other vans go for. So that's my review of the Spaceships Beta van. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. So that's my review of the Spaceships Beta van. We've also reviewed the Alpha van 8 years ago, which they still rent out and it's a bit cheaper. We've also got a few other vans from Let's Go, Cheaper Campers and Apollo. If you want to look at those reviews, I'll put those in the description as well to see what sort of vans at different price ranges and different luxury levels you might like. Thanks for watching.